everyone, welcome to Secondhand Blasters. This is Normatico here, and today I'm going to talk about some game-changing blasters. When someone says, oh, that thing's a game changer, most people think of a new type of blaster. So, for example, I would say that when Nerf in 1992 created their first actual foam blaster, that was a game changer for little projectile toys. I remember before 1992, because, I am that old, what we had were like little plastic guns that would shoot these little rubber dart things that would stick to glass, and we had fun with that. Then, of course, Nerf came and they had the foam tips. Of course, back in the 80s, parents didn't really care much about what happened with their kids. You could shoot an eye out and put the tussin on it, you're good. So those things that when Nerf created their first foam blaster in the 90s, it was quite a big thing. It launched what is the modern day foam blaster community. Then, of course, they did the clip system. I believe that the first one that I saw with that was the original Nerf Recon. And I remember when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is amazing. You had the Maverick beforehand that had the rotating barrel, which was really cool. Then, of course, they introduced their flywheel blasters, which was like, oh my gosh, here is a battery-operated blaster. It shoots pretty well. This is going to be it. So naturally, things went from there, and you see the progression. They had the Vulcan, which also kind of changed the game, because here you have something that is super powered. It is a belt-fed blaster that looks really cool. You have the Rhino Fire with the double turrets, and then, of course, you have other brands that have entered the game, such as X-Shot, Zuru. You have Dart Zone. That, for example, Dart Zone, they had their own little game changers with their Pro line. They introduced actual Pro Series blasters that are relatively affordable, in the close to the $100 range. Adventure Force, Dart Zone, they come up with the Nexus Pro, which is like, oh my gosh, here is a blaster that could shoot 125 feet per second stock that is affordable for the everyday person at $49.99 at Walmart. It is at a big box store. Oh my gosh, anyone can own one of these. It's great for the community. Of course, not to be outdone, you have Zuru, who said, what can we do with this? If only a game-changing blaster could appear out of thin air here in my hands right now. Oh my gosh! Wow! Look at this! It's a game-changing blaster. So this is the Zuru X-Shot Skins Pro Longshot, and this retails at $29.99 at Target. This is by far the most affordable pro-level blaster on the market right now, and look at this thing. It is gorgeous. It is wonderful to hold. It has a hidden extendable stock, which is kind of nice, especially for shoulders like this. It does actually come with two sights on here that I went ahead and removed already. One thing I will mention, at least with the sights, I don't know if it was just mine or if everyone else had the same thing. Those sights are very flimsy on here, and they slide right off. To be honest, though, you don't really need them. You can actually attach your own sights onto this Picatinny rail and be perfectly fine. Their design of it only has one design right now, with this really cool futuristic red and white, almost like a laser blaster looking thing. It does come with a removable muzzle brake, which is really nice as well, and the priming handle is just superb. Also, another thing that I noticed is it does have a mag release ambidextrous on both sides here to empty the mag. You don't have to mess with this button right here or here on the actual adapter. This comes with 40 pro-level darts. Mind you, they are the Zuru brand pros, but I find that they are comparable to what you can find out of Dart Zone. Not quite as good as their bamboo darts, but they are just a little bit closer to the Emeralds than they used to be. Certainly way better than the standard Zuru darts that you would get with their normal lines. And also a lot more accurate than the Elites. So this actually does fire Elite darts, and I find that with the Elite darts, I can get quite a good range we're actually going to take it out on the range later on today. So keep on watching this video. But first, we're going to get the chrono. Now, I do want to talk about some things regarding this blaster. It does say that it can shoot up to 140 feet. I have heard and seen people that can modify this to get 220 feet per second just by doing a simple upgrade. I will warn you, though, that with the spring upgrades, there has been a known issue regarding this blaster. This plunger tube, it has cracked for a lot of people that have tried to overpower that spring. There are plenty of aftermarket upgrades for that, for the plunger tube itself. I believe that Foamdemic created one, as well as Blaster Kit created one. There's one actually that's made out of a metal alloy right now that you can find available on Etsy. Which, hey, if you're going to mod this and you're into the modding community, go with metal whenever you can. You know, it's much better. It's much stronger. You're not going to have to worry about the pressure in there causing it to crack. You're not going to have to worry about the structural integrity. And the weight, if you get something that's aluminum, that's really lightweight, is nominal. People have also been talking about doing metal breeches on here. And I'll be honest with you, it is a Zuru brand blaster. And there's one thing that I know about Zuru and with Dart Zone as well. They are super mod friendly. So by all means, mod away. Not to mention, at $29.99 for the actual base set, what happens? You break it, you're out $29, which, let's be honest with you, $29 for this is much more affordable than buying the $29 Storm Charge by Nerf. Now, that's not to say anything bad about the Storm Charge. The Storm Charge, it is a Strife Resurrected for Elite 2.0, which is kind of fun. And it's actually really easy to modify and open up, as opposed to, say, the Phoenix, which is tedious at best. So, about this blaster, it does come with actually 2 magazines. You get the mini darts, and you get the standard size. You do get an adapter here. I will let you know that when it comes to the adapters, you only have the one that works with Zuru. For some reason, Adventure Force or Dart Zone adapters do not work with this blaster. You can use the standard side magazine of any one of the blaster sets you have. This will fit a Hasbro clip. This will fit a Dart Zone clip. It'll fit the Zuru clips. It just will not fit the adapters. If anybody knows how you can make that happen, please let me know, because that would just make life so much easier. However, what you can do is, if you do have, and I don't have one here with me, but take my word on this, if you do have the Adventure Force Mini Dart clip, it will work with this adapter. It is the same size. So do with that as you will. If you are entering a battle and you only have this one that holds 15, but you have several of the other ones that hold 10, or if you have a Talon, carry those. Just carry this. Don't worry about the adapter. Use this adapter, and you are good to go. Now, let's go ahead and get a chrono reading on this to see if it actually does live up to all of its hype. At $29.99, everyone, so it's a beautiful day out here in sunny, partly cloudy Ohio, and we are actually out at the parking lot range. It's a different range than I normally would use, but the cool part about this one is that I've actually measured it, that from this section of the parking lot where I'm standing at all the way to those little bushes over there, that is 220 feet. So that should be less than the range that this can get. If we can get to it, that would be amazing, but we'll see. We're going to start off shooting about 6 mini darts. I'm going to shoot 2 of the regular Zuru Pro darts, 2 of the Adventure Force Ember Strike mini darts, and then 2 of the Dart Zone Pro darts as well. After that, we're going to switch to standard size darts and see how far those can go as well. So let's go and get this party started, shall we? So I'm back after having recovered all the darts, and we got about 170 feet with the Dart Zone Mini Pro darts, significantly less with the Zuru Pro darts, and splitting right down the middle was the Ember Strike. So it gets what it says on the box, 140 feet. So now we're going to switch to the standard size darts. Standard size darts, we're going to do Zuru, Dart Zone, and then Elite 2.0. Alright, so with this blaster, using the standard size darts with Dart Zone darts, you can get about 160 feet. I'm going to say 155, give it take a bounce. The Elite 2.0 darts did not do as they normally would do. Those tend to perform better sometimes than the Zuru Pro darts. However, I can't prove it on video, so they are the lesser of the 3 darts. Zuru, right in the middle. We'll be back with some final thoughts. Okay, so we're back, and here are my final thoughts regarding the X-Shot Skins Pro Longshot. So you know what? They market this as a game changer, and I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't do anything new. Nothing that we haven't seen before. However, what it does do is that it brings it at a super affordable price. Whereas the Nexus Pro was $49.99 to start, this is only $29.99, so it's significantly less. That's a $20 drop. It does shoot the darts just like the Nexus Pro does. I will be honest that the priming mechanism is much smoother than a Nexus Pro, and it feels a lot more solid than a Nexus Pro does. So I think this is a better value. Also, the extendable stock, that's a nice touch. Nexus Pro has a detachable stock that extends, which is very flimsy, and it feels like it's going to come apart. However, the Nexus Pro is super modifiable. So it really is a pick your poison kind of a situation. They're both really good blasters. They're both quote unquote bargain pro blasters. However, for the price of this one, you can't beat it. The Nexus Pro, you could probably buy 1.5 of these. So you could buy one of these and maybe one more small blaster and keep on going with it. So regarding this, I'll be honest with you, it says that it's ages 14 and up. I'm going to have to say that that is true. And here's why. It's not that an 8-year-old can't prime it. That's fine. They can. G-Rex was able to prime this. He's 10. And he was able to prime it pretty easily. However, let's look at the audience here. An 8-year-old with something that can shoot up to 170 feet with mini darts, that shoots up to, I believe I was able to get at least one of these at 130 feet per second stock. You know very well that an 8-year-old is not going to be responsible enough to not shoot someone on purpose or on accident in the face when they're not wearing eye protection. Let's just be honest here. I have a 10-year-old. He was once 8. I was once 8. They are dumb. Let's just be honest, okay? Teenagers, well, I'm not going to say that they're not dumb because, you know, they are. However, they're a little bit more equipped up here, so to speak, to know what they're doing. It wouldn't be an accident. It would literally be on purpose. They might actually shoot themselves just for the fun of it. Either an attempt to audition for the next Foam Flingers version of Jackass. But yeah. Point is that, again, it's a good blaster. 14 and up, let's go ahead and stick to that. Another thing I will tell you is that this is not an indoor blaster. You saw the ranges it gets. Unless you're going to be doing a hallway battle that is 170 feet long, you don't need this blaster. Now, that being said, that's 170 feet using an arced shot. Doing a straight shot, you're getting around 65, maybe 70 feet. So not so much. But again, that's still pretty intense for a hallway fight. For an indoor fight also, this, with the power that it shoots with how fast these foam darts can go, it will break something in the sense that it might knock something off of a curio cabinet, or it'll knock something off of a desk. And if you have any glass objects or trinkets inside your house, be prepared that you might lose them. Mind you, that could happen with almost any blaster if somebody knocks it over on purpose, but this might just be knocked over by the dart itself. Regarding the darts, I cannot believe how much of a disparity exists between the Dart Zone Max Pros and the Ember Strikes versus the Zurus and the Elite 2.0s. I mean, we've always known that Elite 2.0 is pretty much the bottom of the barrel when it comes to accuracy. They are not very good. I have gotten the rare Elite 2.0 to go straight. I've gotten the Ultras that go straight, and the AccuStrikes are very straight. However, the standard Elite darts just are not that good. Hasbro really needs to do better. Dart Zone, with their little, Max Pro darts, these are not only less expensive than Elites, but they are good. I have shot Elite 2.0s to get the range out of these if they're brand new, but these go straighter. So I highly recommend picking those up if you're going to be using this blaster. The Zurus, they went straight enough. However, for distance, the farther you shoot, if there's a wind gust, it might knock them off course, and you'll be aiming for something, and then it'll veer to the left by like 10 feet. I'll be honest with you, when I did the range test, I had to shoot a couple of rounds, only because of the fact that they kept on veering off into the grass, and there were a couple times when I lost one or two of them. So take that with a grain of salt regarding the Zurus, because it could be a matter of a wind gust that happened. Again, once you hit a certain elevation, like when you're doing an angled shot, wind can catch something and it might knock it off course. However, it did not happen with the Dart Zone darts for some reason. So maybe there's something to it. Mini darts, I'm going to be honest with you, they're fun. They are fun. You do get an increased feet per second with them because they're smaller, they're lighter. They do go a little bit farther. by about 10 feet, which is kind of nice. And that's stock. So who knows what you're going to get out of this when you actually mod it. You know, I could see someone easily putting a brass breech in here and just going to town with this and easily getting 220, 230 feet per second with it. I could see a spring upgrade and same thing, just knocking it out of the park. This is going to be one of the best blasters on the market for a while now. The gauntlet has been thrown down. Dart Zone, you have competition. It is less expensive than your Max line and than your Pro line, and it gets pretty good performance. Zuru has been consistently good recently. All of their blasters are rated 90 feet and above, or up to 90 feet, I should say, even their non-pro lines. Do I believe that they get that? We'll see. I'll have to test more of them. The only ones that are not rated at that rating are, say, like the Crusher or any of the younger level blasters. But the price that they offer is just, it's amazing. So for parents, I will tell you, if you're on a budget, go for Zuru. If you want to go for fancy reskins of the same thing that you've bought several times before, stick with Nerf. If you really want to get some awesome performance and you want to spend a lot more money and show that you're the richest kid in town, then you go with the Dart Zone Bros and the Dart Zone Maxes. But for me, as the thrifty Nerfer, this is it right here. $29.99. It is a Target exclusive. You can find them on eBay. I was able to find one for $13 on eBay from a store called Bullseye Deals. I do recommend them. They have some amazing deals and free shipping on all of their products. They might be slightly used or new in box with a broken box, but you're going to be happy with what you get. So look them up on eBay. I promise you will not be disappointed. Until next time, this has been Secondhand Blasters. Thank you for watching. Keep on blasting.